Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Helen Howarth. I'm the city manager here in Cordova, and I want to wish all of you a happy May Day. Today is Friday, May 1st, and I'd like to share with you some information about what happened at the recent council meeting on Wednesday. And believe it or not, I have a little bit of homework for you for the weekend. So in regards to testing, as of yesterday afternoon, we have conducted 33 tests, of which 0 are positive and 5 are awaiting results. We now have testing capacity for over 1,000 tests, and we will be looking at some enhanced testing opportunities as the medical team reviews the availability of tests and looks at what we need to do in the near future. Earlier this week, we did have a council meeting, and there was a thorough discussion about the city's COVID response. We affirmed the face covering rule, which requires everyone in Cordova to wear a mask when not able to practice social distance of at least 6 feet. So when you're in a building, a public facility like the grocery store, the post office, you must wear a mask, because the assumption is that there's going to be other people in that building and you're going to need to wear the mask. If you're on the docks or in the harbor or on the streets, please wear a mask when you're going to be around other people. Otherwise, you are welcome to remove your mask. But please be advised that if someone comes nearby, you need to be able to pull out your mask and get it on quickly so that others will remain safe. We are really happy to see so many people wearing masks. There's been some really colorful ones. It's fun to see everyone's mask designs. So please keep up the good work. Wear those masks, protect yourself, protect others. The council is looking ahead at its next meeting next Wednesday at possible reopening of businesses in town. And right now we are discussing with the medical team and incident command with review by the state of Alaska and how we can successfully and safely open our community's businesses. The reopening will be driven by the state of Alaska, Reopen Alaska protocols, as well as the recommendations of our medical team. So please know that the discussions that will happen in the future about reopening Cordova will be based in science, based in the risks that our community has, and we will be very careful in our approach to that. But that will be discussed at the council meeting next Wednesday. I also want to provide a little bit of clarification around quarantine. That's a word that has many meanings. And within the context of this COVID response, the word quarantine means isolating yourself to the extent that you need to. And for any essential business worker, which means the entire fishing fleet, it means that when you're in town, you need to stay in your place of residence or on your vessel, except to perform critical infrastructure work and to take care of critical personal needs. So for those of you that are concerned about seeing the fleet arrive and people walking around town, they are allowed to do that. They are allowed to go get their vessels in the harbor. They're allowed to get groceries. They're allowed to go to the post office. They're allowed to do many, many things that are related to getting their vessels in the water and being prepared to provide critical infrastructure work. So there's a lot of confusion around that, but I just want to make sure everyone understands that just because someone's walking around town that just arrived doesn't mean that they're not allowed to do so. That said, when they're not doing their essential work, they need to remain in their place of residence, whether it's their vessel or another establishment. Let's see. I hope all of you will notice that we are doing a lot of things to ramp things up to prepare for the fleet, including sinks, hand washing sinks, and signage and flags for quarantine vessels. If any of you are in the harbor, you will see all of those things all ready to go. Again, we're getting things on the ground as quickly as we possibly can. In that light, we are going to have more boots on the ground pretty soon. We're going to have airport and harbor ambassadors that will make sure that people arriving in our community are getting the information they need to be be safe in our community and also keep our community safe. We're also hiring custodians to clean and disinfect the city's public restroom facilities at the harbor, as well as the pool. The pool will be open strictly for showers and bathroom facilities to help the fleet out and make sure that those facilities are available for them. If you are interested in a job, we do have those positions online on the City of Cordova website. Applicants have to be 18 years old and have a valid driver's license. And again, you can go to the cityofcordova.net website to get further information and click on the How Do I Find a Job tab. You can also call City Hall if needed. On another sidebar, there might be folks in our community that either need help with food or might have issues feeling uncomfortable, maybe need some mental health services. And so I want to share with you some opportunities and resources. The Cordova School District is sending home weekly lunches for all students. And the Cordova Community Medical Center has opened its senior lunch program to those over 55. Whereas before it was 60 or above. So I think CCMC is currently serving about 70 citizens daily, which is a wonderful thing. Native Village of EAC is serving the Native community through the use of their food bank and elderly care services. And the Salvation Army is preparing community food boxes on a monthly basis and have jumped from feeding about 40 families per month to 70 families a month. And they're getting more resources as well from other places. The food bank is. So I want to thank everyone who's made these options available to our community and encourage those of you who do need services to please contact any of those resources. So as we move forward towards 3 months, which is hard to believe, 3 months of social distancing, I want to take a few minutes to ask you to evaluate yourself. How are you feeling physically and mentally? And to consider a little bit of homework for this weekend. I know this isn't something that everyone wants to do, but I've been told and I'm confident it will make a difference. So physically, think about exercising and getting regular amounts of sleep. Emotionally, think about the range of emotions you may be going through and cuddle with a pet or a loved one in your immediate family. Psychologically, self-reflect and keep a journal. Talk about things that are of concern to you. Spiritually, you might want to practice forgiveness and volunteering for a cause to help you feel more comfortable in that arena. And personally, you might want to include setting a goal for next week or learning a new skill, reading a book, doing anything that maybe is outside of what you might normally think about. And professionally, try taking your full lunch break and setting non-work time after hours and sticking to it. And I'm going to try very hard to take that one to heart because I've certainly not been doing that. So I want to thank CCMC Sound Alternatives Behavioral Health Program for this great advice, and I hope all of you will contemplate some of those suggestions. Please connect with Cordova Community Medical Center if you need additional information about how you might need assistance in taking care of yourself mentally. So in closing, the next City of Cordova update is scheduled for Monday. Tune your radio to KCDV FM 100.9 or CLAM 1450 at 1 o'clock, 5 o'clock, and 8 p.m. And remember that all of the information that we're discussing is available on our Cordova COVID-19 website at covid19.cityofcordova.net. So I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I'm hoping for a little bit more sunshine. And don't forget to wear a mask when you go out in public. Thank you very much.